bro, somebody's in big trouble. And those somebody's names are the Russo brothers themselves, because they just dropped a very interesting little video on their TikTok Agbo account that has some very interesting Easter eggs and hidden details for Avengers Doomsday. That tease not only us potentially getting the return of Iron Man, but also some MCU heroes that are going to be joining Doom's side. But I think we ain't done yet, because we also got some very interesting little teases that Damson Idris could be our new Black Panther in the MCU. And y'all know me, if I get a little bit of crumbs, I want to make a 10-star meal. Because either way, me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. And Doom! You looking for this? So like a Randy Orton RKO out of nowhere, Agbo, the Russo brothers production company, posted a video of the Nicki Minaj What's Going On trend on TikTok that actually has some very interesting little Doomsday Easter eggs, hints, and teases. Now let's go ahead and roll the damn tape and watch the video for yourself. Now, I know what a lot of you will probably think is, Sammy, what the fuck am I looking at? It's just a cute little video of them hopping on the trend to help promote Doomsday. Well, yeah, definitely that's the case. Then, why was the caption, no, seriously, what's going on? Play my L music right now because we got to dissect this whole thing. But our first order of business is to analyze this Doom mask a little bit closer. Because in taking a look at the mask, yeah, it just looks like a generic Dr. Doom mask. But it looks unique and different enough to not really match any other Doom mask I've seen in live action. I mean, it does kind of closely resemble the one that Julian McMahon's Dr. Doom wore in that first Fantastic Four movie from the early 2000s. But I would say it's still different. It damn sure isn't the mask that Robert Downey Jr. wore when they announced he was going to be playing Victor Von Doom. As a matter of fact, I have that same fucking mask. I would say it closely resembles the mask that we saw in that leaked concept art for Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, and even kind of resembles the one that we got from the official concept art of Doom. But even then, he's got like the cheekbones and it looks a little bit different. But the other interesting aspect of this mask is that it's broken at the top. I don't know if they broke it on purpose or they broke it by accident, but shit, kind of plays into the fact that Doom is going to be a broken person in spirit and physical. But I mean, more than likely, it's just a generic Doom mask that they made. But the interesting thing is that they're teasing Iron Man and Dr. Doom together. And obviously, you know, shout out to these lovely ladies that work at Agbo. Y'all killed this trend. But I think this is them teasing the fact that Robert Downey Jr. is probably going to be coming back as Iron Man fighting against Doom in this movie as well. And we know this, man. Ever since they announced Robert Downey Jr. was going to be playing Victor Von Doom in the MCU, you knew it was going to be tied to Tony Stark some way, somehow. Which was later confirmed by the Russo brothers themselves, saying that Iron Man's death in Endgame plays a huge part of Dr. Doom's story. And that's why Robert Downey Jr. is the only person that can play Doom in the MCU. And if y'all have been following me, I have been saying this from the moment they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. He has to be connected to the savior of the MCU, the face of the MCU. Otherwise, just do regular Dr. Doom. Why cast Robert Downey Jr.? I've been saying, I think he's the Doom playing the Doom disguised as another Doom. But in all seriousness, this is what I really want us to focus on, because look at the background. I find the assortment of characters that they have behind these two lovely ladies very interesting. Because if you look in the background, we have Sue Storm's Invisible Woman next to Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom suit that he wore when he was announced as Doom. And then we have little Franklin to his left. Now, I'm interpreting this two different ways. One, I think is the most obvious and has to do with the post-credit scene of the Fantastic Four when he pulls up on Franklin Richards, takes his mask off. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing to his face. He could be fixing his face, just taking it off so he knows, like, face to face, hey, we're friends. This is what I actually look like. Or the less likely option, and he's making him look like Tony Stark. But I think we need to have Doom horribly scarred. I feel like that takes away a lot from his character if he's not horribly scarred. He's literally known as the dude who always has his mask on, fucking mask on. But they're most likely going the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars route, where he takes Reed Richards' family for himself and makes them forget who Reed even is. So he's got Sue Storm, Valeria, and Franklin, plus Doctor Strange as one of his right-hand guys, all a part of his little squad on his throne, which is Groot. Don't forget about that leaked concept art we got a couple months ago that kind of basically confirms this. As you can see, we have Doctor Strange to his right with what looks like Sue and Franklin Richards. We're just missing Valeria. So I think it could be hinting at that being a possibility for Secret Wars, or he just kidnaps Franklin and Sue's like, I'll do whatever you want, stop. Don't forget, Robert Downey Jr. also posted this comic that he was reading in preparation for his role as Doom, which is a story all about Dr. Doom and his niece Valeria Richards really reconnecting. And I feel like the MCU is going to take a lot of that dynamic between Valeria and Victor Von Doom and give it all to Franklin, which is kind of unfortunate because this is one of my more favorite and complex relationships in Marvel Comics. In case you're unfamiliar, Dr. Doom actually delivers Valeria and names her Valeria to serve as a constant reminder that it was Dr. Doom who saved Sue and Valeria, not you, Reed. Yeah, Doom is just such a petty ass king. I need him moving like this. But the issue here is I don't know if we've got forgotten that built-up relationship and dynamic between Victor Von Doom and Reed. So like, are moments like these actually going to hit in Doomsday if they even have a personal connection? I'm not entirely sure, but this takes me to a theory that I've had for months now. And I've been saying that I think Doom's endgame is to try to get to Loki and steal his powers on the Tree of Yggdrasil. And funny enough, we have Loki on a throne and Doom on a throne, so it would make sense that he would be stuck on a throne kind of controlling everything on Battleworld in Avengers Secret Wars after he wins. But I don't think he's just going after Loki. I think he's going to be trying to use the power of other MCU characters, whether that be through manipulation, force, or just straight up them helping him. I do kind of like the prevailing theory that they are like the physical embodiment and substitute of the Infinity Stones. Obviously, I think he wants Loki. You got Scarlet Witch, I think Sentry, Galactus, and obviously Franklin. There's a sixth member that I'm trying to go 50-50 on who exactly that could be. I'm not entirely sure. But you got Loki, who's time, Wanda, who's reality, Sentry, who's either soul or mind. Galactus would obviously represent the Power Stone. And there's been plenty of times where Doctor Doom steals the Power Cosmic. And with Galactus's ship somewhere floating above Earth 828, it would make a lot of sense that Doom would want that power. And then obviously you got Franklin, who can make universes at will. He would probably represent the Space Stone. But I think this is one possible way that Doom manipulates to his advantage, and that's why he needs to look like Tony Stark, to convince people that he's just trying to save the collapsing universe, but he really just wants to build one universe, one world under Doom. You can call me crazy, you can call me delusional, but as long as there's delusion, there's hope. But moving on over to this very interesting image we got of Damson Idris with Angela Bassett during a World Vogue parade. Obviously, you got Angela Bassett, who used to play Queen Ramonda, who unfortunately got packed up. But curiously, she showed up wearing her Queen outfit from Black Panther, holding Damson's hand, which obviously started rumors and speculation that he's going to be our new T'Challa Jr. grown up in the MCU. What added further fuel to the fire was the fact that Damson Idris posted this image on his Instagram and then deleted it. Quick side note, but we also got Tiana Taylor pulling up looking like a Dora Milaje, and what do we got to do to put her in Black Panther 3? Ryan Coogler, write that shit down. Perfidia Beverly Hills in the MCU, woo! But I feel like the writing has been on the wall that Damson Idris is probably Marvel Studios' top choice to play T'Challa Jr. grown up. He was just recently asked on Black Panther casting rumors where he said, no, I don't know anything about that, and he started laughing. I'm in danger. Because a couple months ago, you said yes, no. I know exactly what kind of man you are. You're a horrible liar. He said yes, no, maybe so. You ain't slick. It also doesn't help that we got that leaked concept art that kind of resembles mainly Chadwick to me, but also Damson Idris a little bit. I mean, I feel like they've left the face ambiguous enough to be like whoever the new actor is that they want it to be, along with a bunch of new suit options. This one in particular goes crazy. But you'd be lying to yourself if you didn't think Mr. Him, bodies would make a great grown-up version of Toussaint T'Challa Jr., the son of T'Challa and Nakia. Side note, but Lupita Nyong'o is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. That shit just felt necessary for me to say. But this also begs the question, like, what is this new Black Panther suit gonna look like? I would love it if they went with this most recent look from the books. I feel like they might go the ultimate Black Panther route, which, you know, I think it's fine. I'm just not a big fan of all the silver, but I do really like the way the mask morphs. But I mean, running this back with a few minor upgrades, just get that shit going. But I'm also curious if we'll have two concurrent Black Panthers going on at the same time, since we know Shuri is currently the Black Panther. And if people are getting new suits, bro, can we please just get the fur coat with the cape? Come on, man. Is that too much to ask for? This shit is fire. But regardless of who our new Black Panther is, we're getting Denzel in Black Panther 3. He himself confirmed that Ryan Coogler is specifically writing a role for him in the movie. You think you can do this to me? Yes! I need that. We need that. Oh boy, I can't wait for Black Panther 3. This shit gonna be peak. Moving on to a little bit of casting news for Spider-Man Brand New Day. According to industry insider Daniel RPK, Tony Revolori will reportedly be reprising his role as Flash Thompson in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I have mixed emotions on this. Like, on one hand, I'm not a big fan of his Flash, if I could be real with you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Tony Revolori. I think he's great in Wes Anderson's movies. But I've just never been the biggest fan of his Flash Thompson because to me it signifies like the more younger approach to Spider-Man. And even his role in No Way Home was like, why? So, I mean, it's most likely going to be a really small role, but like, can you imagine him being Agent Venom? Fuck no. They did set something interesting up with his parents at the end of Far From Home, but like, they just haven't followed up on it. So I don't know if they're going to try to do something with him, have him become a villain, Agent Venom. I don't know. But I get why he's coming back. He's one of the more prominent side characters that they've had throughout his other trilogy. I wouldn't be surprised if Betty Brant shows up too. But yay, I guess. Regardless, that's all the new news and updates we got about Doomsday, Black Panther, as well as my thoughts, theories, and opinions. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.